This is pump model DSHF-302. It is another 5 3/4 inch pump and has many of the same features as the other 5 3/4 inch pump shown in the previous lessons. However, this is a high pressure pump and has a longer air barrel section with a double air piston inside. The tie rods, flow tube, and pilot tube are all longer on this model. The cycling valve is the same, as are the pilot stems and most all other parts. Other than these and a few other minor differences, this pump is identical to the other 5 3/4 inch models. When performing a complete hydraulic seal replacement for this model, you need to cut the lock wire and remove the check valve assemblies and T-body following the same procedure as in previous lessons. As in other models, if you're experiencing pressure leakage or stalling, you'll need to service the check valves. The check valves on this model are built for high pressure and are slightly different than on other 5 3/4 inch models. Loosen the 2-inch nuts and carefully remove the outlet check valve assembly, holding all parts together. Now remove the high pressure fitting from the check valve to reveal the Teflon seat. This is the only replaceable check valve part that is included in your seal replacement kit. Next, empty out the other internal parts from the check valve and inspect them for wear or damage. If needed, these parts can be ordered separately. Reassemble the internal parts following the procedures in the previous lesson. Use a long object to make sure all parts are centered to the ball inside. Now you can replace the high pressure check valve fitting and reinsert the outlet check valve back into the T-body. Tighten the 2-inch nut to the torque requirements specified in your manual. The internal parts for the inlet check valve are the same as the outlet check valve, except that the high pressure inlet check valve has 2 extra rings. Refer to your manual for order of parts and proper reassembly instructions. You will need to hold the T-body section sideways to replace the internal parts into the inlet check valve. To open the double air barrel, loosen the nuts on the 4 tie rods and remove them along with the brackets. Now you can pull apart the air barrel. Inside you will find the diaphragm and an additional air piston. These parts are specific to high pressure 5 3/4 inch pumps. Pull the piston out of the diaphragm to access the internal seal packing inside the diaphragm hole. There are 2 extra O-rings on the outer edge of the diaphragm. These will be included in your seal replacement kit, along with replacement parts for the internal packing. The O-ring for the second piston plunger will also be included. Refer to previous lessons to learn how to properly replace these new parts provided in your hydraulic seal replacement kit. To reassemble the air drive section, replace the diaphragm onto the first air barrel so it fits snugly. Next, insert the second piston. Finally, replace the second air barrel, making sure to properly align the pilot tube and flow tube into the ports. Now replace the tie rods and brackets and tighten to torque requirements. This concludes the hydraulic seal replacement procedure for these models.